Greetings and salutation. Welcome to another Tuesday evening's episode of Fan Central, right here on CVM Television. Now, the entire Jamaica, we are up and ready for that crucial game against the United States on Thursday evening at the National Stadium. We are talking, of course, about Nations League, big business. To tell us all about what we can expect from the team and some little news surrounding it is General Manager of the team, Roy Simpson. Sir Roy Simpson, how are you doing, boss?
I've been well, thanks.
Roy Simpson has been well. All right, so let me just get straight with the importance of this game. It's a Nations League. What stage are we now? It's the
quarterfinal.
The quarterfinal.
So we have two legs. So we play leg one Thursday at the National Stadium, and then we go to Missouri and play leg two.
Right.
So it's a two-way. You win on aggregate. Away goals count.
Away goals rule will be in effect.
Absolutely. Yeah. And what it does is that when we beat the US, we go into the Nations League final. So that takes you into the semi-final and final. And then you automatically qualify for the Gold Cup. But if we don't make it past these two legs, what happens is that we have to go in what we call a play-in to qualify for the Gold Cup. So it's very important that we get good results, that we automatically qualify for the Gold Cup.
How important is the game itself, or the two-way games, as you mentioned, qualifying for the Gold Cup, advancing to the final of the Nations League? How important is all that as part of what is the bigger picture, which is qualifying for World Cup?
You know, incredible that you asked that question, because what we're looking at is that we have been adding players to the setup. So we're looking to get as many games as possible that we can have everybody gelling and coming together. The bigger picture is the United 2026 in the States, Canada, and Mexico. So everything that we do, every game that we play, feeds into the United 2026 campaign. So it is very critical that we get good results, that we perform, at our utmost best, because it helps our ranking, it helps our seeding,
right? And
that's what we want.
Is everybody here?
Well, we have some, Ethan got a knock in his game over the weekend, so he didn't make it, so he has been replaced by Joshua Anglin. We know that Mikhail is suspended for this first leg,
right?
Two cautions, so it's an automatic suspension. So he comes in for the second leg.
Right, so he's not with the team now, he'll just join the team in Missouri?
No, he will be coming in tomorrow.
Oh.
Because the fact that he's not, going to be participating or partaking in this first leg, the coach gave him that option to come in later on. So Joshua Anglin replaces Ethan Pinnock. Yes.
Everybody else is fit and available so far?
Everybody else is fit, as you know, professionals playing at their respective clubs. They go and play with some knocks, but nothing to rule them out of selection for the game.
The USA is a team that over the years, Roy, has proven a very difficult opponents for Jamaica. We have beaten them a few times before. But what's the mood in the camp like? Is this bunch and this group of that vibe that we can defeat the US on home side?
Absolutely. If you look at our performance against them in the last Nations League final, when we had them, 1-0, then they came back 1-1, and then they got that, we scored that own goal. Everybody understands that, yes, the US is a top team in CONCACAF, but we believe that if we are serious about this campaign and to be the best, you have to be the best.
Yeah.
And if you want, the product to go to where, it can go, teams like the USA, Mexico, Canada, we have to beat them at some point.
Yeah. Is it a game? I know you're not the coach, and I don't expect you to give away any state secrets a couple of days before the game, but this coach, McLaren, from what we have seen of him so far, is a very on the front foot coach, very, very, very attacking. He seems to be one of those coaches who believe that certainly when we are playing at home, the team should be on the front foot. Do you expect that kind of game and not necessarily a game where we give the US too much respect?
No, I think as you said, based on his games that we played, under this coach, so far you have seen some amount of attacking flair. What he has allowed the players to do is to express themselves, and that in itself gives the players some amount of confidence. And come Thursday evening, I think you're going to see a real show from the players.
One thing definitely that the fans will be coming out to see is Leon Bailey as well. Is he well, and is he rearing to go? What's his own mindset like coming into
Leon
this
has
game?
been always great, and contrary to what people think, Leon is not somebody who, is disruptive in the camps and things like that. Came in, settling in well. You probably have seen or heard the past interviews that he did, expressing his own feeling and admiration for the coach. So since he has been in, he has been gelling with the players, and most of them, they play against each other, in the English Premier League. So it's easy for him, very focused, and I think Jamaica should come out and support him.
Yeah, indeed. All right, so we see one or two faces that we haven't seen before. Isaac Hayden, who will be one of the players we see may be slotting into that central defensive role. What more can you tell us about him?
Hayden,
yes.
Well, everybody knows that he was a top player at Newcastle, not at the peak of his game now. But I think speaking to him, watching his mannerism around the team, and even engaging him before we sorted out his paperwork, you got the kind of passion and commitment that you want from him. And I think, yes, people have different opinions, but I think he's focused, and I think he wants to come and do well, and we hope that he does well and keep fit. But I think he's a good addition, to the unit.
That's one of the positions on the field where people feel that the coach could still be looking, that central defensive role. The fact that we have, even at this stage, will be trying somebody else, does that mean that in the coach's mind he's still looking for options in that particular role? And by extension, are there other areas in the field that you think that the coach is still not limiting his options?
Well, if you backtrack, remember, you say you don't want to get me into the technical
into the coaching thing.
I am not, as potent in that area. But I think, though, from a football, eye and just personal observation, there are areas that we need to strengthen, and I think the technical team is working to do that.
Right.
And hopefully we get everything right.
Yeah.
As we take these steps going forward.
All right, here's one I will ask you. What's the process like when a new player comes into the squad? Take Isaac, for example. Is it a case of the coach reaching out to a player to say, listen, we have an interest, or in Isaac's case, was it the other way around?
I think in Isaac,
what's the process?
I think in Isaac's case, he reached out. The coaches had some discussions with him. Isaac was scouted years ago. He wasn't ready. Now he's ready. I think the former coach had indicated that. So discussions, happened. And then one of the things too is because the players play together, what happens is that they have conversations.
Right.
So a player will say to our next player that, hey, how are things down in Jamaica? I'm ready now. And then from that, bait, the coaches will reach out and have a discussion with him.
Yeah. You get the feeling that this coach is keen on getting all the quality players that he can get. One of the things that we've heard Leon Bailey and others talking about is the coach insisting on having the very, very best of players. So you say you don't want to be the coach, so I'm going to not ask Roy to comment on this. We get the feeling, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen watching, that we could still see a few more faces as we lead up to the next World Cup. One of those new faces could be Mason Greenwood. We keep hearing that he's interested. What's the latest with him?
With Mason Greenwood, the thing is with Mason is that all of Mason's documentation that we asked him to submit, he has submitted them. The issue is that there's a particular document that his mom has to sign because the citizenship is being done through her, lineage. So the thing is that that's what needs to be done. The mom just needs to sign a document. The document is her father, which is Mason's grandfather. His birth certificate, when we did the research, thanks to our people at RGD, it came up that the birth certificate did not have a surname on it. So the process is what we have to do is to do what they call a late entry name. So the mom has to sign that because she's the daughter of the deceased grandfather. So that's what's holding it up.
What's holding that up? Is she reluctant?
I don't know. I haven't spoken to her. Each time we reach out, she's very cordial and responsive, but we just don't know what is taking so long.
The last we heard, when that Mason Greenwood was trying to find out if England still had an interest before he committed himself to Jamaica. Is there any truth to that particular rule?
No, I think we can rubbish that. I think his father and Mason has indicated to us in writing that the situation is what it is in terms of getting the documentation sorted out, and they are committed to come and play for Jamaica.
All right, so a little bit more specifics about the game. What time will the game be?
The game is 8 p.m. Thursday at the National Stadium, and we ask everybody to come out and support us. It is going to be a good evening. The USA, top-ranked team, they have some strong, players. We think we have strong players too. And we just ask Jamaica to come back to the office because we believe that you are important to us. We believe that football is for the people, and whatever we do, we want the people to be engaged. And we understand and appreciate that to qualify for the World Cup is going to take a national movement. And if everybody is not behind the team, we kind of probably will be a little shaky. But we ask Jamaica to come and support us because we believe that football is for the people and we do this for the people. And we want the people to come to the office and, keep us accountable to them.
Yes, man. What's the cost to get into the stadium?
The cost is bleachers 1,500, grandstand 6,000.
And that is just every part of the grandstand 6,000 and all the bleachers.
Absolutely.
1,500. The last time there was a game at the stadium, Roy, and I'm sure you're aware, there were one or two people complaining about the security issue as far as the cars were concerned. How can you assure the public that?
I think the General Secretary was very, distinct when he came out. The cars, and first of all, we must express, concern and sympathy, empathy to the persons who lost their assets at the last game. But they were not necessarily parked in the security area at the National Stadium. They were more on the outskirts of the stadium. But we understand that it is our event, it is our product, and any negative thing that happens, we are somewhat responsible. And what our security team, has assured us is that they'll be doing patrols out, at the outskirts parking. And we want to say to Jamaica, come out, we will provide security and let your assets be protected.
One of the things that proved difficult the last game at the stadium, which I was, is the traffic congestion, getting into the stadium and getting out. And I remember Farmer Soup, is it Farmer? He may just hold it against me. Once you are a senior soup, you're a senior soup, forgive me, sir, but he did make that claim that come the next time the Reggae Boys are in town, that they'll be a little bit more vigilant in ensuring smoother flow of traffic to and fro. What can you
Absolutely. Our security team, working in conjunction with the JCF, have come up with a master plan. And they're experienced people. They have done it already. Number of events that they have really managed at the stadium. And they have assured us that the traffic situation will be sorted out and persons will have easy flow in and out of the National Stadium.
All right, so I'm going to give you 30 seconds or so, Mr. Simpson, to get the public who want to come out. Most people who will come. But for the doubters, the man sitting on the fence now looking at you to say, I'm thinking about it, Mr. Roy Simpson, convince me. What would you
that question is good because in the atmosphere election, speaking to the undecided, we're asking Jamaica to come out and support the Reggae Boys. As I said, we believe that we play football for the people. We understand that we can't do this without you. And we want you to come to the National Stadium. Yes, we like when we hear you speak to us in the groans and when things are not going as it is. But we want you to understand that we do this for you and we appreciate and crave your support. So we're asking everybody, it's a Thursday evening. We ask you to come to the National Stadium. Come and support the Reggae Boys because this is part and one of the steps to United 2026. And we believe that if we're going to get to the World Cup in 2026, it's going to be a national effort and you are an important partnership, the fans of Jamaica.
All right, I can't add nor subtract from that. My old lady will say, I won't 7 nor 11. Roy Simpson has spoken. Turn up at the stadium on Thursday evening. Big up, Roy. Thanks for dropping in, boss. Respect. Yeah, man, cool. We'll take a break. We will be back on Fan Central in just a while.